So I've been making these videos. I had this experience with this lawyer yesterday. When I said that I wanted my family back together, what I mean by that is that I want custody of my son, I want the means to support, and the ability to get him into therapy immediately. Here's the deal with my son, and this might not be easy to understand, but maybe Dr. Borg can help with this. My son's deep in repression right now. My son has isolated himself from his family through his relationships with his friends. He doesn't spend any time at home. He's completely associated with other people. My son is at a point right now where he's 16 years old. The neural responders in his brain have not formed their pathways yet. If he's able to receive some treatment for the PTSD which is set by now, that is going to be immensely helpful to him in his life and might give him the ability to have happiness later on in his life. I'm concerned about his mental health, number one. So I want him in therapy. I want my son in therapy. I would like my son back in my custody. I'm willing to share with Tanya, absolutely. The point of reuniting the family in a location where she's at is so kids can have access to both of their parents. So kids can come to their own informed choice about who they would like to be in their life, rather than just seeing one side of things. Now, this is an important piece of evidence. Recently, my daughter was told by Naomi Sprague, which is the wife of Tanya's brother. She was told by Naomi Sprague that I was a bad man and that I was wrong and that she should disown me and move back in with her mother and not come to me. Now, I know that's abusive and I know that's dangerous. I don't want that same type of thing happening with my son. That's not good for him. It's not good for his mental health. So I want the ability to care for my kids again. I would like the ability to have a therapist. I need therapy. I've been in therapy for a long time. I've been dealing with things. But I'm going to need consistent support, doing the things to be able to work through the goals to be a good parent. I'm going to need support in being a parent, so I'm going to have to arm myself with some tools, including a therapist. Housing. I have a car. I have very limited income. The only money that I make right now is $3,300 a month from my 100% Veterans Administration benefit. The reason why I didn't pursue with Tanya and with all of this is I knew that this was a re-traumatization to an original traumatization in my life I had not addressed. When I went to the VA, I addressed that trauma. The trauma that I addressed was being raped as a soldier. That's what Dr. Borg, that was the thing that was missing. It was the thing in the custody evaluation. That's why I had sympathy for my ex-wife. That's why when I met her and she told me about her history, I had sympathy for her because I was able to relate to her because of what had happened to me. So I was able to get my benefits through the Veterans Administration, even though I've already lost my rights and I'm being treated within the Veterans Administration as if that's so, as if I am this bad person. It was terrible. It almost killed me. The process of going through the VA, it was terrible. I ended up with Bell's palsy on one side of my face, and I filed a standard Form 95 with federal government, and I have an entrance into tort court because of that. They're still waiting to resolve that claim. I came to the VA because the VA was the original trauma rather than the re-traumatization. Now, to me, regardless of what happened, I felt the re-traumatization of a rape. I was being forced. I was again being raped. And that's what I got when I went to the VA again. I was again being raped. And that's why I'm back here talking to you, because I need my rights restored. Whatever systems out there have me targeted, I need those systems off my back so I can live my fucking life. That is the number one most important thing about all of this, is just to clear my fucking name. So there's that. And then there's all that other stuff. There's the family, there's the property. And the support. I don't have the support in life anymore. I lost so many friendships. I don't have any more friendships. I mean, I have just a few people that I'm associated with my life from before, but it's everything that I had was destroyed. All of my friendships, all of my relationships, all of that was destroyed. And I don't know what the real story is here, but Tanya kept blaming Naomi throughout our entire thing. She kept blaming Naomi. And Naomi was her confidant. Naomi was the person that was supporting her. And I don't really know what to say about that. I can say that Naomi was in a marriage that I wouldn't have been in. She was married to a man who didn't sexually perform. She was married to a man she didn't spend any time with. She was married to a man where there was cohabitation. And that was her idea of what it was to be married. Because different people have different ideas, but she was right. And the minute that she saw me, the minute she even heard about me, she came to this predetermination, prejudice of who I was, due to her upbringing. Where did she grow up? Well, she grew up in Eugene. She spent her entire life in Eugene. And I believe that it was her that reported me to the systems of, I don't know, whatever systems I was reported to, but I was reported to some systems that started attacking me, tracking me, following me. I live with harassment in my moment. My phone, my computer, everything around me is controlled. And I run into triggering experiences and negative kind of triggering experiences who are with people who are following me. I see cars with temporary tags all the time. I am followed and harassed nonstop. That's why I stay in one place. That's why I stay away from people. It's just terrible for me. It's living a terrible life. And I'd like to, make that right. In one way, how do we make this right with this system? I mean, I know Tanya has some resources. Tanya had a wealthy grandfather that died. She lied and said she didn't get any money out of that, but is there a way to investigate and find out what resources a person has? I don't know, maybe Naomi. But Naomi has worked her entire life. You know what she does? She's a server, so she has control over people's food. So she has money on the quick, and she never saves any of it. That's because she's a warrior. She's a political warrior. And everything in her life is done with intention. Her mother divorced at the beginning of the women's movement. And she told me that shortly afterwards, her father cut his own penis off and ran out in front of a bus. So, that's the element that I'm dealing with, that we're dealing with. In this case, this isn't just about Tanya, this isn't just about Dr. Borg and Andrea Schneider. Now, I know Andrea Schneider violated the law. My lawyer, Jessica Mulligan, she has a bar number that'll be in my file. She told me that I should sue Jessica Mulligan. So, that's the best information that I have for you, and it's the best way I have of giving you the information. So, hopefully this will help. Thank you for your time.